Hi guys, how are you? I hope you had a great week. I want to thank you for being here and stopping in and sharing a little bit of time with me. I hope I'm not going to talk too long. I don't want to make this too long of a video. It's sort of a personal thing, but the unseen woman, and I think we've either all been one, or we all have known one, or we have all reacted in ways that I've reacted myself. So this isn't like calling anybody out. It's just I think we need to be more aware, especially like what we're celebrating women, right? On March the 8th, International Women's Day, and the achievement of women and equality for women and breaking ceilings and all the wonderful achievements. And, we are such nurturers. We take care. I mean, we have so many different labels. But I want to talk about the unseen woman. I want to talk about that one. I don't know if there's really anybody's ever talked about the unseen woman. Well, I'm hoping that we can share a little bit of my story, and I'm hoping you'll share a little bit of yours, because to be quite honest with you, I was quite embarrassed and I wasn't even going to talk about it because I thought, wow, are you ever selfish? And then I thought, no, we do need to talk about it, because I've made this mistake and it happened to me. And so I hope you'll share a little bit of your moment if you've had that moment in your life. All right, as you know, our lives totally changed on March the 1st of last year. Bill's had major surgery since then. He's going for his last scope on the bladder, because it was also bladder cancer involved. And everything is looking really, really good, and we are really, really happy. Now, when all of this started happening, after sort of got it all together, what our journey was going to be, I started, like, honest to goodness, I got scared. I got so scared. And at night, I would go to bed and I go, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to have a roof over my head? Do we have enough money to, like, do everything that needs to be done? Whether it be me on my own, or me having to take care of Bill. I want to take care of Bill, but am I going to have everything available to us for me to take care of him? So many things came into play. There are nights where I didn't fall asleep until 4 or 5 in the morning because my mind would just go nuts. Was I going to be able to do for him what needed to be done? And was I going to come out of this okay? How selfish is that? That's what I kept thinking. Why are you thinking that? Like, who cares? Who cares? He's sick, and you just needs to be done for him. And it's true, and I did, but I had that unseen part of me. Nobody was seeing that part of me, and it's not a conversation that I could have until now, because now I know everything's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's going to turn out. When I was going through it, I never felt more alone and more scared in my whole life. Because, I was imagining things I didn't have to imagine. But when you're going through it, I think it's normal, isn't it? Has anybody else had that moment? I know they're not crazy feelings. I was talking to a girlfriend of mine the other day, and it's been 3 years since she's out of her marriage. Her husband became very ill, and because of the illness, she had no control over it. He made some very, 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 very strange decisions, and she's just 3 years. She's been trying to work herself through it and out of it. And fear, fear. We talked about it. We're scared. We had that fear. And I wanted to acknowledge the women that are going through stuff, the caregivers. And then there are the short haulers and the long haulers. There are the gals that, where we don't know what the outcome is, or somebody becomes terminally ill and you are their caregiver. That's a long time. It can be a long time that you're there doing that at home. Or, you know, somebody has a situation, it's short term, but you're still having to make sure that the person that you love is being cared for and all of their needs are cared for, and you are the person that's going to do that. It was really interesting. And I don't think everybody's like this, but I think we tend to forget because it all comes from a really, really good place. But I would get phone calls all the time and people would say, "Hi, how's Bill doing? How's Bill doing? How's Bill doing?" And you know what? That is a natural reaction. Of course, everything he's been through, now he's had the surgery, now he's recouping. How's Bill doing? How is he? Do you know, in December, I actually said to somebody who's a really good friend, so I was able to say it, "I'd love it if you just asked me, how are you doing?" I can't believe I actually said it. But you know what? I was unseen. Nobody was seeing me. I was just there. But you know what? The other part of it was, I've been that person. Because it comes from a good place, of course. You're calling about the person that's not well. You want to know. You're coming from a really good, loving, caring place. But you know what? There's an unseen woman in all of that. There is, now, of course, this can flip. This can be an unseen man that is caring for his wife. And this can be a young mom. I think the thought of the fear of where we're at has got a lot to do with our age. But I think we all have that fear, what is going to happen to me? And believe me, I know today that was not a selfish thought. It was very real. And when I recognized it, I reminded myself on how strong I was, and it was okay for me to cry, and it was okay for me to be afraid, and it was okay for me to think all of those things, because it was really, really normal. And even though we were going through all of that, I didn't need to forget about myself. And so I think when we allow ourselves to feel it, then maybe we don't, you know, like I kind of go, was I hard on my girlfriend by saying that to her, saying, I'd really, you know, why do you ask me how I am? For heaven's sakes, I'm here. And anyway, I just want to, this year, for International Women's Day, that I don't think I've broken any ceilings. I think I have fought for equality for women in my own way since I have been in the workforce from the time I was 17 years old, so that would be 1967. But I really want to show love and really give a big shout out to the unseen woman, the woman that is giving everything of herself to make sure that somebody she loves is going to be okay. And I just want her to remind herself to love herself enough to embrace herself. Because you know what? When you're doing all those awesome things for everybody else, you need to make sure that you stay full. Give her a hug. Keep the glass full. Take some time for yourself. And then the people like me that have done exactly what my girlfriend did is stop and say, first of all, I'm calling to see how you are doing. How are you doing? Is there anything, hey, do you want to go for lunch? Or do you want me to just come over and hang out at your house so you can get out? Maybe do that first and then get to the patient. Give her a moment. Okay, guys, that's it. Please, if you've been on this journey and am I just being totally selfish, or am I sharing something that you have experienced yourself and that you're okay with us having this conversation? Love you guys. Hey, thank you for being here. Have a great, great day. And don't forget, there's no future in our past. Keep going. Look straight forward. Dream a dream and make some plans. Love you guys. Bye.